everybody, and welcome to a show that has no thought processes, no expectations, no direction, no sense of well-being. It's all self-destructive and belongs in a bar.
No limit. It's a bottomless pit, and we'll reach the bottom as quickly as possible.
No stop signs, no speed limits. Nobody's going to slow us down.
No gas, no throttle.
No electric cars for me. No. Not yet, anyway. I don't mean to say it that way. I just started a thing already. Fuck. All right, hold on a second here. And
now for something completely different.
We haven't even started yet.
We're off to a good one. So, let's see here. What's everybody got on their minds today? Give us a shout in the chat. What's pissing you off today? Dunk, what's pissing you off today?
Well, you're a good start. Just seeing your bloody face again. Oh, it's Sunday. Here we go again. What's pissing me off? Just the weather. Weather. I just hate it. It's just. Ugh.
You Brits are known.
Had this big storm.
You Brits are known for bitching about the weather continuously, but you actually got a fucking reason to right now, don't you?
Yeah. We had some storm come through, and it just makes everything all yucky and just don't want to go outside. Mind you, I'm kind of like that anyway. I can become a bit of a hermit. I don't want to go outside anyway because it's full of people and things. So but it's just
buggers.
Yeah. I mean, the worst thing that really fucking annoys me is the what do you call it? The fucking post box flappy thing. On the door. You got your little, your little flappy thing.
That thing the kids looking for like a glimpse.
Yeah. Well, we got a door on the other side, so you can't look through unless you poke that. But the thing is, what really pisses me off is the wind catches it. It's like aerodynamically conformed to allow the wind to catch it, and it just like sits there flapping away like someone's knocking at the door constantly. So
I know how to fix that.
One of Dixie's old jumpers shoved in it to stop it.
All you need is a little piece of Velcro. The male person can still it's only Velcro,
Yeah, I don't know. It just drives me mad.
But if you use Velcro, it's going to then have a little crack where it's open, right? And it's just going to do that in the wind, the howling whistle thing, right?
Yeah, something else to annoy me.
Yeah.
I just put a whole load of false teeth along it, so it just like whistles through it.
You should super glue the damn thing shut and put a note on your door. Ring the bell, asshat. I hate the mail flap. Sign, grumpy prick inside.
Or do one of those American things where you have it like at the end of the drive, so a little box at the end. Then I'd have to. Yeah, that would do that. Nah.
Yeah, I wonder. During the 50s, the white picket fence era of America, when everybody was getting their mailbox at the end of the drive, and then people start putting up big condo units. Did they have like 500 mailboxes at first before they figured out that maybe that's not the best idea and went to a different solution?
I don't know. What do they still do that today in America? I don't know.
Now you get some stupid thing inside, or there's a townhouse complex just down the road from me, and instead of you getting your mail the way we do, they have a central place where they have to go and get their mail. So in the winter, you still have to leave your home to get your mail.
Yeah.
The fuck, This isn't Mexico. We get this thing called snow,
I can imagine it would just be like, it just get like stacked up, and you like once a month you just go and see if you've got any mail. Oh yeah. I've got all these bills, appointments, and shit I've missed. Oh, there was an election.
Well, we've got a postal strike in Canada right now, and it's really funny because the town north of us put out a big announcement saying, look, because in my little area, we have this thing where our townships seem to be the electricity providers. So there's no competition. There's no multiple companies. You just simply hook up with the city and pay your bill. So the town north of me put out a thing the other day saying, hey, look, everybody, postal strike. We know it's going to be tough. Half of you don't even know what your bill is. Don't worry. There'll be zero interest and no late fees or anything. Let's just all get through this together. And my town, a far smaller town, put out a notice saying, no excuses, people. Pay your bills or we'll cut you off. Assholes, man. Yeah, you know. But our town has a brutal reputation for this. I know people that have had their electricity bill, like electricity account, cut off because they owed $74.
That's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, well, I know people that usually carry a $300 balance with their phone company because they're always trying to pay down their bill and whatnot. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And like I said, where we live, there's no competition. It's not like you can go to somebody else. So what the hell are you cutting people off for $74 for, you morons, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the guys that run these companies, have they got like huge mustaches and tie ladies to railway tracks?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the guy that runs the office, his last name is Carnegie, right? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's 74 Canadian, Duncan. Yeah. So, you know, it's about 1850 American, right? It's unbelievable.
Yeah. At 12 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It got so bad and their reputation in town got so poor for it that they finally had to do this big, okay, look, we'll be a bit nicer. You know, it's like, what the hell's wrong with you? You know?
Be a bit nicer.
Yeah.
Well, smile as we cut you off.
Yeah. You know,
we'll sing you a barbershop quartet.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Hey, I don't wanna get all antsy or anything, but yeah, we've already got a super chain.
We do? Oh, it's a super sticker, so I bet it's Yvonne Way, right? Let me look. Yep, it's Yvonne Way. $5 super sticker, and it looks like the little lemon guys like taking a drink of a vodka-filled water balloon. Yeah. What's going on there? Yeah, he's getting drunk.
Glug. Yeah.
He's wasted.
I tell you what, if I was a lemon, I'd be doing that too.
Exactly. Yeah, lemon dude. You know, it's like they tried to turn Tweety Bird into a person. Thanks, Yvonne.
He already is a person.
Yeah. Oh, weird. Did you hear that echo?
No.
I just got an echo of myself there for a second. Did you guys hear that? Or is that just some screw up of the service? That was weird.
Anyway, nothing. But then I wasn't listening to you anyway. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. All right.
So no one's angry about anything in the chat, I notice.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking happy.
Yeah. Somebody said buffering in the chat. I've only got one dropped frame out of like 20,000, so it ain't from me.
Oh, and I bet it was the good one as well.
Yeah,
it was the best frame.
Yeah, Dunk's avatar came on screen, and 3 hands went down the pants right away for some good old fashioned buffering.
Oh dear. Three hands.
Yeah.
Who else is here?
Oh,
grandma, stop it.
Yeah. I think that's a bit too Spinal Tap for me. I often wondered about Spinal Tap. Do you think there's like a lost edit or some lost footage of that movie that may have been even raunchier and stuff, and they decided not to use it?
Well, on the DVD version, they do have actually practically 2 films. They have the main film, and they also have another film of alternate takes and stuff. And it's practically a completely second movie. It's fantastic.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, so like on a torrent site, if I see Spinal Tap DVD version and then second disc extras, it's actually going to be this second version.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, I haven't seen it in ages. It's somewhere in a box somewhere, but
I've got to get that.
That's how I remember it. And they also have like a commentary track as well, which is again like having another third film, because it's the 3 of them just like blathering over the top of the film, just talking nonsense.
Right.
So it's practically an entirely new film again.
Oh, I've got to see that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, buffering matters. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's the funny thing about DVD commentaries. Some of them are absolutely dull as dishwater. You know, you got the director going, yeah, I remember one day we did this shot. And,
yeah.
I came in and had a sandwich and I didn't really like it very much. It got me runner to go out and get me a different sandwich. And they got me a prawn cocktail one. Shut up!
But speaking of which, though, I heard that the some of the early re-releases of Bond films on Laserdisc had commentaries where they were literally making fun of the movie and they got banned. They never show them again or something.
Yeah, there's some I think I told you about these a few weeks ago. Yeah, there's some videos out there who've been picking up on commentaries which are no longer available, where they are basically ripping into everything, the project, the acting. They're having a go at Sean Connery, and Sean Connery's having a go at them.
Oh wow!
There was some really kind of like really aggressive stuff about the entire project, and you can actually find them on YouTube if you have a go look-see. Yeah, they're kind of funny. They're not as bad as people make out to be, but at the same time, it's not exactly a good look.
The Broccolis didn't like it, I bet. Now,
no,
right?
No.
Isn't that what they're called?
Oh, them and the cauliflowers.
Yeah.
None of the vegetables liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a thing in the chat here. Spock says Sean Connery was the best Bond, and then Gene Wilder people, love that name. Roger Moore for me. There's going to be some younger folk, probably not in our chat, that say Pierce Brosnan.
Just Craig Daniels. Craig Daniels.
That's what I was getting to. Is Daniel Craig and the sort of reboot of Bond? I'm a big fan. You know. I will say
didn't like him as much as a caricature of a person. I mean, Roger Moore.
The first one. You know, when they do that little "Have you made your first kill" Bond in his first movie, that was a really intense moment. But by the end of the series, it was a little bit Marvel.
Yeah, it just
that
first one, Casino Royale. I mean,
awesome.
The whole opening was the pre-credits.
Yeah,
the title music was absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
The animation on the title music was absolutely awesome. There was so much going for it, but it got a little bit dull.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where I think in modern movie making, no matter what the property is you're playing with, Avengers, Marvel, fucking whatever, they're so scared of a Limp Biscuit that cost $500 million up to at this point, right? That, they end up giving us just regurgitated hash. I really think that the whole thing, if they would just scale it down some, we would all be still fine with it. And boom, we might get more creativity instead of, well, that's a safe bet that could double our money, because that's all we're getting now,
Well, you say that. I mean, if you think about it, there'd be like playing off some of the Bond stuff that used to be around. The later Bond films, kind of like the Roger Moore's era, was definitely like one of the cheesiest eras.
Oh yeah,
and
but it was awesome.
It had its tongue in its cheek all the time, and I kind of liked that about the Roger Moore era. Then they had the what's his name who came in? Oh God, who was it came in afterwards? Can't remember his fucking name. Oh, come on, help me out here in the chat. Who's it came afterwards? Damn it.
What's his name? Oh, there's Lazenby, and then there's Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton, that's it. Timothy Dalton came in just for a little bit, and he wanted to make it a little bit more grittier.
Yeah,
he wanted to make it a little bit more grittier, and then the next one came on, Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan was very, very cool as Bond. It's just some of the films that were kind of die.
Well, they went back to the whole, he was the Roger Moore type Bond. Pierce Brosnan was very, like everything's going off around him, and he just, it was Bond. It was.
I would say Pierce Brosnan was a bit of a cross between Connery and Roger Moore. He wasn't quite the cheeky Roger Moore. He had a bit of Connery in him, and he was a bit rough and tumbly and all that kind of stuff. But he was great when he, that scene where he's just driving the fucking tank through the city.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting in like the driver's seat with his like pursed lips, and
yeah.
just love it. I love it.
The only problem with Pierce Brosnan for me is every time I see him, I think of that stupid movie where him and what's her name, Lady Terminator Hamilton, there were like scared of a volcano going off or something, and it was just awful. That's it.
No, it wasn't awful. I kind of like that movie a little bit. It's all right.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah,
I
kind of like
terrible.
That's been worse. He's been worse.
That was as bad as that game show on American TV recently, The Floor is Lava. God, that was bad.
What? They made that into a TV show? I thought it was a kid's game.
Yeah, they made it into a TV show, and they tried to cross them with American Ninja Warrior, but they were in a room that was about 40 feet by 40 feet. It was the dumbest thing I ever seen. I watched like 5 minutes of it because Rutledge Wood, who was one of the co-hosts of Top Gear US, which was actually good. I liked it, was the host of it. So I thought I'll give it a try. It was unbelievably bad.
I'm assuming they didn't actually have a floor of lava.
No, it was like weird red liquid, and they all pretended as if it was a big deal if you fell in it. It was so dumb.
Was it movie lava, which is like a red porridge with a light behind it?
I think it was more like immigrant lava. Don't ask where it came from.
Yeah, Taco Bell.
It was the Suez Canal if Suez had diarrhea that day. We got a super chat in from Petra Olsen. 129 Swedish kroners as well. With love to Ukraine. And like always said, oh, what the hell? Okay, I got to hold that button now. It's changed. With love, it will be put into the Boom Boom Fund. Thank you, Petra. Thank you very much.
Ukraine with love.
Be amazing if you could sing. It's just...
I can sing. You just can't hear properly. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
That's your fault. It's not mine.
We could rewrite the Love Boat theme and get you to sing it.
Why rewrite it? The Love Boat. Da, 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 da.
Soon we'll be setting another course. I think.
I don't know. I can't remember the words.
I'm trying to remember because I think they played it on the Demolition Man when they were doing that. Oh, we love the old commercials thing.
All right. Hey, PJ in the chat says, "Don't can sing, just very badly."
See, PJ must have like studio monitors. He can hear all the nuance in the performance.
Believe me, you don't need studio monitors to know I can't sing very well.
We should do a shout out for ourselves on that Blue Sky service. Things seem to be going okay.
We should do it.
Yeah, we're close to 300 followers inside of 7 days or something. So you find us at the shills.bsky.social.
The Shills, one word.
Yeah.
Good point out.
I didn't say there was anything in it, so I thought it would just, right? You can't put spaces in the tags. It's like a website. You can't use spaces, right?
Yeah, I use dashes in between mine, so it's dunk at the Shills or whatever. So it's
so don't be dunk. Do it correctly.
Yeah. All right, Mr. 300 followers, and me with 50 or 60 or whatever it is.
Stop me.
All right. All right.
Don't
all
do
right,
that.
All right.
Don't do
whatever.
that. This account says the Shills. It's not me.
Yeah. Well, no, you're running it at the minute. Yeah.
Yeah, but just to get it going, and then somebody else will
Mhm.
be, right? You know.
Yeah. Some poor loser.
Don't say that to Shayna. Fuck, you're an asshole.
Well, we've got plenty of other social media accounts that need filling up if you want to volunteer.
So if you find yourself to be an asshole as well, give us a shout.
Yeah, if you're an asshole and can post the sarcastic or sardonic wit, let us know, and there's a job waiting for you.
But he's not actually wrong. We're going to need a couple of people to join the team coming up to help with a couple of things like social media accounts. It pays 3/4 of fuck all and promptly every month. So let us know.
Yeah, with a 100% rise. Every week.
No, but yeah, the idea is one day we'd like to be able to pay the team. It's just that we can't pay ourselves yet. Yeah, we do spread around some of the little bit of cash we get.
Yeah, it's not been unknown. It's not been unknown.
Yeah,
people get the odd little prezzies every now and then. Here you go.
Oh yeah,
thanks. Is a dead bird.
Yeah. We've bought microphones, computers, and all kinds of shit for people on the team and so on, and sent off some cash and stuff. We try. It's just that we're not big enough. We don't make much money.
No. Not yet.
Yeah.
One day.
When
Dick is reviewing his latest Lamborghini. Well, this week I bought a Ferrari. Just thought I'd just get a little. I got a red one just for the chain. Yeah. This week we got another one next week.
Yeah, when I can do 7 videos over 7 days explaining why 7 different classic cars are better than normal cars because they have a clicky clack gated manual shifter, then we've made it. You know what I mean, anybody?
You're not putting playing cards into that gear shift to make the clicky clack noises either.
No, I'm not. Even if they say Nintendo.
PJ says that this time next year we'll be millionaires. Quote from Only Fools and Horses. Nice one.
This time next year.
Nice one, Del boy. Nice one, Del.
This time next year, thanks to Trump, we'll need to be millionaires just to be at minimum wage, right?
Yeah, we don't even live in America. Oh dear, that man. Wouldn't it be amazing that after 4 years of Trump, we look back and think, why are we so hard on the man? This is brilliant. The things he's done are amazing. Look, he's brought world peace. America is rich and happy again and healthy. And look at all the amazing things he's done. Why were we so tough on the? I'm taking the ancient aliens kind of like a view on it. Could it be? Is it possible?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. You never know. I think we can be pretty certain, but yeah, you never know.
Yeah. There's some things that come up in life and you can doubt them, and other things, not so much. Wow. Can you imagine?
Well, you always know what they say about Adolf Hitler. What a nice guy. Oh, sorry. That was the alternative universe. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't lose the hallucinogens.
Yeah. Holy man. Yeah, I don't know what I did today on this Blue Sky thing, but wow, do I have people following the account right now. So thanks everybody. I don't know what the hell's going on. You know,
Did you put a dick pic out?
I think they've got a secret camera in my bedroom. You know,
Yeah, they think you're a cam girl. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Everybody's waiting for the day that I get sponsored by Manscaped.
I think you need to get sponsored by Flymo first.
Does anybody know? Okay, speaking of which, does anybody know? Has anybody ever been on like OnlyFans and stopped in the middle of a hard fuck and gone, "Oh, by the way, today's sponsor is"? Has anybody ever done that before?
What? And you're expecting people in the chat to admit that they've seen that happen? What are you going to do? Like stop blackmailing them?
Yeah. Yeah.
We got it down on record that you watch it. Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Could you imagine, you know, somebody's got their face buried in the pillow and they just look up and turn to the left and go, "By the way, today we're sponsored by..." It's just hilarious.
Hey, I was thinking about that.
Sponsored pornography.
I was thinking about that the other day. You know, it's like everybody's details are just like, you know, everybody knows what everybody's doing online.
Yeah.
Even when you think you're watching porn and you're in a incognito mode or whatever. No, that information's still going out. The companies know exactly what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And can you imagine it that Russia has all that information, and then one day the bomb will drop, and I mean the blackmail bomb, where they just like blackmail. Yeah, they just blackmail everybody who they've got information on of them watching dirty porn or whatever, my OnlyFans or whatever. They've got all the details and say, well, if you don't give us money, well, send this information to your partner. And it's like, oh no, yeah, cool. Can you imagine that ever happened?
And the sad thing is this won't happen to hardcore right Republicans, the ones that actually need it to happen to. So, right? Because they're the ones paying the way to make sure that the orange shit gibbon, as Commander would call him, is in office.
Orifice, maybe.
Yeah. At this point, I don't see it as too far of a flung off idea to say that, external influences and cash are somewhat responsible for somebody that's able to take office right now. Right? I mean, through social media and all that kind of stuff and blah, blah. I'm not just, blaming one state or whatever, China, Russia. But yeah.
Isn't that how Trump picks his team through social media? Who likes me the most?
He just goes through his followers list, right?
Yeah. That's why PJ is now Secretary of the Interior.
Yeah.
I don't even live in the United States. There, you got the job, man.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll give you an address. It's fine.
I like your reposts and my comments.
That's funny. You know what we should do is we should start a pack of our own where we're going to get PJ to move to America in 4 years, just before the next election, just so we can get him elected, but then he'll just go back home. Run America from the Midlands, wherever he is. I don't know.
Why would he move? Yeah, why would he move to America? He lives in Birmingham. Sorry, not doxing you, but he lives in Birmingham. That's like paradise.
Yeah, we're gonna start a Shills pack, right? We're gonna get somebody elected. That's what we're gonna do. No, I would.
We could always get a Nat to run as an independent, and then
that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay, so it's all on Annette's shoulders coming up here. We're gonna get Annette elected.
Yeah, you thought it was shit running the Shills team. You wait till you start running America, baby. and then of course she'll elect people to her cabinet who are just basically our our team. Yeah,
There we go.
there you go.
Hey, we got a shout out in from Tiny Captain here. You are still making some money over me. Well, we do have like some memberships and stuff that actually count for us and not just all the donation things. But even with that, we use 20% of the memberships to cover fees that we lose to make sure that we can send the people how much they're supposed to get and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
We still get some, but not a lot.
Yeah, pay the bills. I mean, sometimes, it all sort of adds up, bits of equipment, updates for people here and there.
I skim a little off the top, so to speak. I'm just kidding, but because I overpay, I overpay harshly to have the fastest internet I can get, but I also run the server here.
It's not the right way of saying it, is it?
No. Right. But I'm just being a kid, right? But I run a server here that's for the benefit of the team plus a few people and stuff. So I need faster internet, and I don't want to pay $140 some Canadian a month just to have it, right? So, the channel pays like $75 of that or whatever to make it fair for me, right? Yeah. Give me a second here. I need to get a drink, and I think somebody wants my attention just to flip a thing. Hold on here. I'll be quick.
Mr. Man didn't put his little beery poos in the little canny one behind him. Yeah, he should have used the fridge like a normal human being should do. Andrew says beer puns are beer puns. Yeah, that's true. I wish he's added some beer puns. So what else have we been talking about this week that's that I can feel it? I just wasn't prepared for this as usual. We got lots of I got a few notifications on Blue Sky too, so you can go and follow me because I'm brilliant, and so that's my little plug. But yeah, go and chill out the Shills. Dick is running, like I say, Dick is running out at the minute. So get onto Blue Sky. It's so much better than Twitter. Oh my god, I don't even dare to open that bloody app up anymore just to see what's going on there. It's pretty shitty. I don't know. Does anybody else on using these social media sites? Is anybody on Twitter or just have you all just avoided it completely? Or are you on? Come on, what's your go-to social media? Is it Facebook, Twitter, MySpace?
Me?
Not you. I was talking to the audience.
Okay, I was gonna say not applicable. What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you still on Friends United?
Yeah. I never even had a MySpace, man. I was never, ever, ever interested at all in social media. It's just personality traits. Not a good thing for me. But doing
what was the sorry, you carry on.
Well, I was just going to say, but doing one for the channel versus myself, that's different. Sharing things about the channel, no problem. Sharing things about like my personal, no interest.
I was trying to think what the big Yahoo thing was using it. It was like GeoCities or something. It was like, yeah. What was that? What was that all about?
GeoCities, I remember kind of being like an early way of, trying to link pages together and stuff or something. Not really sure. Again, I didn't really care for that stuff much. Never did.
Yeah, it was just kind of like to integrate all the everybody's individual spaces into a network, which is basically the internet. So
yeah, I think that's where the idea of space. I think that's where MySpace literally continued from and just made it a more centralized place for a space. See, I'm already confused. Fuck.
Yeah, because I remember the day back back then. I mean, I'm still, I'm the same. Is everybody had like an individual website? Yeah, there was no sorts of things as like Facebook or YouTube or anything like that. Just people had a website, and if you were lucky enough, someone would fall upon it.
You were more likely.
How did it work?
Well, you were more likely to get social interaction from a BBS board still at that point with the forums and stuff, or the old way of doing like Usenet, right?
Yeah, that was the only lines of communication, really. Yeah, even Google wasn't really up to scratch. They were still using Ask Jeeves and stuff like that. Yeah,
Ask weird Jeeves.
If you think about it, it's amazing the internet actually took off, considering it was kind of like, if you think about how essentially rubbish it was back then.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Speaking of forums, Sweet in the chat says forums were fun. We've thought of taking a bunch of the rooms from our Discord and removing a whack of them and actually putting them over on our website where we could have our own private forum just like that. Right?
Well, probably less of a click like that because I'm be the one doing it.
Well, no, they would just run from the server. All you have to do is put up a frame or whatever, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Do it that way because I've already got a Docker. It's just not being used. But we just couldn't see a benefit to it other than we could guarantee that what you say on our private server in our forum would never be scraped for things the way like Discord is selling everything we do to anybody that's got $1 to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't think that Discord's all private and stuff. Oh, we got a direct tip in too from Heather Wiley for $6.66. Yeah, for the Shills OnlyFans account. Woo! Here we go. Get naked, everybody. Let's get drunk. Maybe not. Thanks, Heather.
Well,
very cool.
You can't.
What?
Get naked, that is.
No, I can't even reach my feet to take off my shoes half the time. I'm too old.
That's why we got the Shills team for. Annette go and rub his toes.
Oh, I think he just made somebody's naughty list.
made us sick.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, she's actually hanging out with Greg Terry and his wife today, which is pretty cool. Greg Terry and his wife are in Nevada, so they hooked up with Annette. That's awesome. I'm a little far away, so it couldn't be done. I might be seeing Commander McMillan in the next couple of months, which would be kind of cool. We'll see how that works out. He's going to be near me, so we might do a little stream from home or some shit. Or just get drunk and leave you all out of it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That's for sure. I do want to say, I don't think this will apply to any of you watching, but you never know. Maybe somebody's just lurking in the shadows. If you're one of those titty chicks or those cock happy dudes on Blue Sky, the Shills account isn't interested. Please fuck off. Okay? We don't care.
I hate to break your bubble there, but I don't think they watch this show.
I'm hoping maybe one of them is because it's not happening. All right. Nobody cares. I'm sure you've got, the gracious gash or the schlongiest schlonger. I just don't care. Stop it.
The what is gash?
The gassiest,
the greatest, the gassiest, and the schlongiest of schlongs.
I don't know. Whatever.
This is why you don't work. You make posters for the porn industry. he writes the bit on the back of the DVDs. It's got the catchiest of catches and the sloggiest of slogs.
But I've clicked a couple of those. I'm 18, and dear God, I almost fell in. Man, come on, Wait till somebody asks. Jesus.
Yeah, thank God, not had any of that shit. Don't think.
Oh,
used to get a lot of that on Twitter.
Harry in the chat says, "Sorry, I didn't realize it was annoying."
Yeah, did you bring your schlongiest of schlong?
Yeah, well, he's here, but it still hasn't arrived, so it's very impressive. Just dragging along behind him.
What is he walking in backwards?
No, it forms a parabola as it curves behind and drags along.
So it might be like Jessica Rabbit sort of thing, where they just like you just see the schlong sticking out from behind the curtain and just keep coming out.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, it's even worse though the other way around. So this one person on Blue Sky responded to somebody and said, "No, I don't sell my panties." And I was like, how screwed up is that? And she was like, hey, we don't kink shame around here. I was like, I'm not kink shaming anybody, but you don't just run around soliciting people you don't know if you could buy their fucking panties.
Oh, certainly mine.
Can you imagine somebody doing that at like Rockefeller Square or Times Square or whatever the hell? Hey, you're hot. Can I buy your panties? The fuck is wrong with people? Those people will let you know. That's why they have like vending machines in Japan and stuff and blah, blah, right? You don't just run around. What do you do for a living? I teach school. Can I buy your panties? Dush. Fuck.
This is why you stop wearing panties, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you can see Shayna in the chat on the Shills account. How much? This is why Shayna doesn't have any anymore, right? She's just literally like, what?
Yeah, she sold them all.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't even hers. They were her husband's.
Yeah. She's got Panty Princess printed on the side of her car.
Yeah, still. I mean, I think some are still on the Shills merch stall, but I think most of them are gone now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we need a set of Daisy Dukes in our merch store that have Panty Princess printed across the ass.
I was just never mind Daisy Dukes. I think just some panties with Panty Princess.
Hey, hashtag Panty Princess if you want to see the merch.
Yeah, panty print. Yeah, on the t-shirt. Yeah, panty print nest with the schlongiest of schlongs.
Oh Jesus! Oh, no one's ever going to our merch store again now. that's that. But you can get different styles of men's and women's underwear and stuff on the merch store. So we'll do a Panty Princess. It's coming. Why the hell not?
Do they do tiny little skimpy wimpy little like thongs and stuff where he says like, well, I want to embroider the Shills logo onto it, but there's no fucking material. Just be like on like a 1 centimeter little, the Shills logo with some string holding it together.
I was just gonna say, I wonder if they can print on the string.
Yeah, one of those sort of things where the actual label and the washing instructions are larger than the actual coverage of the panties.
There's Heather Wiley in the chat says there used to be an energy drink called Pink Pussy. The boys on Top Gear, Clarkson, Hammond, and May, had the Pussy energy drink on their Halloween show one year, and the set caught fire, and they had to pour pussy on it to put it out. And oh my God, I almost died laughing.
That doesn't sound like it was scripted.
Yeah, right. But it was funny, man. Oh my God, I almost died. Actually, I think
that show practically became a sitcom. Let's face it.
But in the beginning, they had the idea scripted out, but it would always just, they would follow the outline, right? But afterwards, it literally became, this is your line, and you could see it getting a little stale,
Yeah. No, it was still amusing. It was still entertaining.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could see through it like a pair of Shills knickers.
They openly Oh, they will be see-through. But they openly admitted that when they won their first Emmy Award, it was for the best international non-scripted factual show. And then
Clarkson couldn't go because
he was writing the script.
That's always been one of the funniest lines. Clarkson did.
Yeah. And it's funny that so many people don't ever point that out as duh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So remember, check us out on Blue Sky at the Shills. No space.
Mr. Blue Sky.
We're fastly approaching 300 followers. The account's pretty new, so thank you.
Do you think ELO are a bit pissed off that they're using that name?
Don't bring me down.
No, Mr. Blue Sky.
Oh, the only thing I know from ELO is "Don't bring me down." That's the only thing I know. Not a fan of the band.
Bruce, Mr. Blue Sky. That was one of their songs. Famous song.
Not so much in my house.
I guess not.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Well, they don't think much of you either, so that's
I bet not.
Yeah.
I bet not.
You're a bastard.
When I was young and I found out who they were with "Don't Bring Me Down," I always saw them as just some disco band trying to inject a bit of rock and roll to save the disco thing at the end of it. And I had no thing for them at all. It turns out that other classic rockers actually like them, and for good reason. It's just, I don't think I've ever been able to get over that hang up and open myself to it.
So you're not a fan of Xanadu then?
I can't remember almost anything about Xanadu, and I'm going to keep it that way because I do believe it's in my best interests. I remember some weird scene with somebody in a roller rink, and then like a spotlight comes on as if that's normal. And and that's the only part I remember, except for really shitty music.
No, the music was great. The rest of it was shitty. Yeah, when you got Gene, what's his name? Singing in the Rain guy. Gene
Roddenberry?
I'm going to forget Gene Hackman. No, not Gene Hackman. God, what was his name? Gene
Simmons?
Gene Kelly. The famous, Singing in the Rain and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
he's in that disco mess of a freak show movie.
Not only is he in that disco freak of nonsense, he's on roller skates.
Wow, I had no idea. Okay, I'm watching this. I've got to see this now.
It's an incredibly pan. If I was going to do anything suggest to you, Dick, is don't watch the movie because it's incredibly long and dull.
Is there a way I can sync it with Dark Side of the Moon to make it make sense or something?
No, it doesn't make sense. No, even that doesn't make sense. I think I'd just like watch highlights on the tubes. Yeah, probably just the track Xanadu is the only one you need to watch when they're all dancing in the roller rink room. With Gene Kelly running around in roller skates.
Roller rink room. Oh my god!
It's so weird. It's like the Warriors on acid, because you got all these like groups of people. You got the Zoot.
I was gonna say it's like breaking on mushrooms, but yeah, okay. Remember the breakdance movies of the early 80s? Oh my god!
Oh, I remember them. I never watched them. I mean, even I couldn't do that. I do have a soft spot for Xanadu because it's just so fucking insanely stupid.
I remember a buddy of mine back in there, like 81 or 2, had enough zippers on his clothing for like the rest of the neighborhood's pants.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was great. Yeah, I used to love that. Oh, no. How many pockets have you got on your jacket and your trousers? You had more pockets on your jacket and trousers than the fucking guy in the military has got utility cargo pants.
Yeah. That was like my buddy Scott. He had the black jacket from Michael Jackson Beat It, like a real leather jacket. And he had the leather version of the Thriller jacket. And he wore them. He wore the Thriller jacket to school once.
Right.
Was that
the red and black one?
Yeah. With the, not just one set, but 2 sets of shoulder pads in it, Yeah, and he wore it to school like it was a jacket. Didn't go over well.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, poor kid.
Well, he was a pretty cool guy. He survived that, no problem. But holy shit, did we have a fun day with him?
Oh, I feel sorry for him for that. I don't like that. I mean, I think if you want to, what would be the words like cherish your heroes and celebrate them and all that kind of stuff, and you want to wear their kind of like style and their look.
Yeah, but Scott was the kind of guy to listen to Iron Maiden albums at home, and right. So all day,
but he wasn't. He was secretly listening to Thriller.
Yeah, and all day we'd walk around the school and stuff, going, "'Cause Scott's a Thriller." It was so funny.
You mean bastards!
Hey, I was still one of his best friends the next day. It was just sorry, dude, but that's one step too far. You can't do that. Yeah, it was so funny. And like, oh god, but 6 months later, when it was like proper summer, he was all excited because he knew he was getting a dirt bike for Christmas or for his birthday, and he thought for sure he was going to get a Yamaha YZ80 because his mom had kind of let slip that stepdad, who was like a riched up dude, had bought him a Yamaha yellow bike that was an 80, and he was so stoked.
Right.
And then his birthday comes, and it was a Y Zinger 80, which is a tiny little kid's version of a bike. And I could almost run as fast as the damn thing. It was really funny. But he had a dirt bike and nobody else did. So we made fun of it for a couple of days, and then we were all fucking jealous still. So, he won.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
It was funny. Yeah. Oh, Heather in the chat says, Nico McBrain, the drummer from Iron Maiden since Peace of Mind, the Trooper album. He has retired not from Iron Maiden, he retired from touring. He's still going to be a part of the writing process of the band and stuff. But he had a stroke a year and a half ago, and then he went back on the road. What a maniac.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
What do you mean he's still part of the writing? What are they writing? This is like old folk songs.
Yeah. Well, wait,
stuff to sing around the piano with grandma.
they write songs that are sort of like what's that guy's name? Like Harry Chapin or something, and then just speed them up in digital software, so it's heavy metal.
I'm sure they sing about roll out the barrel, bring out the barrel of one, have a banana.
Yeah. You, me, and a tube of soothing creams.
And you soul, da, 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 and you soul.
Yeah. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Can you untie my shoes because I can't reach them?
Yeah. So the next album is called Hemorrhoids.
Shoot them before they invade your neighborhood. You got to give it to James Hetfield at the end of every sentence so you still sound like you're at least 60 years old and cool.
Although I think Hemorrhoids was my favorite 1980s video arcade game.
That's the one you shoot where you shoot the soothing cream at those little balloon knots coming at you. Yeah. The objective of the game is to put a soothing warm cushion under the ass of people trying to sit down on cold concrete.
Didn't catch on. Don't know why.
Isn't that the name of that song by the Kinks? Hemorrhoida, they'll destroy you. Maybe not. Anybody ever see that strange video game from the old Mattel and television where you were sort of like a doctor inside the human body and you had to like cure things and stuff? Fuck, that was weird. Even when I was a kid, that creeped me out.
What's that?
Yeah. Hold on. I can't remember what it was.
Like Fantastic Voyage, where you're actually inside.
Yeah. And the whole video game is you're like swimming through somebody's veins and arteries and stuff. And you got to like, go to the heart and blast out a heart blood clot and blah, blah and whatnot.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Fantastic Voyage.
Okay. So they turned that into a video. Yeah, but hold on. The Mattel and television came out in like what, 81? When did this come out?
Oh, what? Fantastic Voyage is like the 60s.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So somebody stole that movie and turned it into a video game.
Yeah. It's the movie with like Raquel Welch in her first role, and they're in the little submersible. They get shrunk down to teeny size. You know the film? Of course you don't.
No.
Of course you don't.
No.
Why should I even assume that you know the film?
There's a couple
classic.
There's a couple of people in the chat saying it's called Operation. Is that what it was called? Isn't that the game where you have to pull shit out of the board?
Yeah. That's a different one. With a little buzzer. Yeah, that's different.
Let's see if I can figure this out. I don't know what to type to find it. Microsurgeon. That's what it's called. Found it. Yeah, it was really cool, but creepy. I couldn't stand it. Yeah, I got a weak stomach though. I don't like, blood and guts and stuff.
Unless you're punching it out of somebody. You like it then.
Yeah, it's okay if it's on my knuckles. Just I don't want to have to see it.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing your internal organs as long as I'm on pieces in between my fingers.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that game creeped me out as a kid. I couldn't handle the visuals. It was crazy. Ha! Somebody on Blue Sky called Intolerant Texan just followed our account. That's hilarious because that's a play on Texans and the whole right and whatnot. I love it. What a great username.
Hey, look, message him right now or reply and say, why aren't you watching our show PubChat right now and get in the chat and say hello? see how quickly you can get a response.
No, I really don't like bugging people like that. That's not me.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of social media.
Here, hold on.
People.
It's Mike iMac. Mike Elmac. Mike iMac. Mike Elmac. I don't know. Can I copy that somehow? How do I copy this to you people? Here, there we go. You guys go and bug them. Isn't that how this is supposed to work?
Yeah. Someone go tell him we're talking about you on PubChat now. So get in chat to say hello. We'll know we've achieved something if he actually says in the chat, oh, it's me.
That'd be funny as hell. Let me get a beer to make sure I'm ready for that. Hold on here.
Ah, dear. Yeah, talking about Fantastic Voyage. There's a really insane beginning to that movie. I don't know if anybody's actually seen it, but the first scene is this scientist being taken to like a secret place, and they basically park outside of a building, and all the government agents get out the car, and the guy just sits in the car, and the car just starts going down on a lift, and it just keeps going down levels and levels and levels and levels and levels and levels, and then he gets out the car, and there's a guy like scoots up to him in this underground complex. Now, guy scoots up to him in this like electric little buggy thing, takes him in the buggy, sits in the thing, and then they drive off. And then they start going up a ramp. They go 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 up a ramp. Well, why the fuck did they go down all that sort of I was just like waiting for him. So this is like, they get to that point that he gets out of the car, opens the door, and then he's back outside again. It's so fucking stupid.
It sounds like John Cleese scripted this. Wow, that's funny.
I've never understood that opening scene. It's just bonkers.
Sorry, 1 second here. Okay, no, had nothing to do with me. All right. You never know. Sometimes you got to listen up. Oh. Yeah.
I would say that you need to have a webcam fitted in his room so you can just like check on him. But then sometimes you might see stuff you don't want to see.
Yeah.
A teenage boy.
17-and-a-half-year-old on the autism spectrum, sitting in his room on his own, watching shit on the internet. Yeah, I want to see what's going on about as much as I want to clean up the fucking mess after. Jesus. Yeah. Just, keep yourself dressed during happy time and then you can contain the mess. Hey, Heather already tagged him. Cool. All right. What else should we get into here? I'm scared.
Geopolitics? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
What? Okay, so
what is your favorite color?
Yeah. The last race of the Formula One season was today. It's all wrapped up, so I don't have to worry about spoilers for about a couple of months until it starts up again. That was cool. It was a great ending. It was an awesome season. I highly recommend getting into it if you're not. It's one of those sports where it's only, they only have like 20-ish races in a season. So you get one weekend, they have a break. One the next weekend, you have a break. It doesn't take up a lot of your life. Not like baseball. How the hell do Americans follow baseball as fans? There's like 7,000 games a year. How do you do that?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
They're just twatting a ball around a room, aren't they? I don't
know. Yeah, chew a bit of tobacco, drink a beer, rub your belly, run around the bases. I can't understand how they play so many games.
Yeah, that's the people playing the game. Never mind the people sitting there on the sofa drinking beer, rubbing the belly.
Exactly, yeah.
Scratching the balls.
A lot of beer, a lot of bellies, man. Yeah, Heather in the chat says they're fun to attend. I've been at a few professional baseball games. We don't get a lot of them in Canada because, I think we've only had, 2 teams, maybe 3 or something.
It's funny because in the UK, the game is basically called rounders. And you have a little smaller bat and you just like twat the thing and people just like run around like children.
Yeah.
And there's been no sort of intention in the UK to take that to a professional sport.
You guys actually resist it. You refuse. You're like, but that's a children's game. We're not doing that.
I don't know if we resist it. It's just never
pure pomp. It's pomp. Yeah, it's pomp and bull. Yeah.
It's just never happened.
And it's not like you guys don't have any lazy beer farts there because you got a lot of them too.
We got lazy beer fart games as well. We've got plenty of stuff. We got snooker, darts, and we got cricket, which is probably the equivalent to baseball, I suppose.
You guys were the ones to introduce your children to Top Trumps, which is a lazy beer fart game for children to teach them to be ready to play your trivia quizzes in the pubs later. That's all Top Trumps was to train children to be beer drinkers and enjoy it.
Well, or to have the car that has the more CCs than somebody else's, and win them over.
Yeah, but all of that was bullshit because none of the stats, tell you how it really is, right? Like in modern Top Trumps for automobiles, you would have to have, I have hydraulic steering. Oh, I have electric. I win, right?
I win 4 cup holders. You suck.
No, that would be the Doug DeMuro version, right? For the quirks and features,
Yeah.
Not for the drivers,
Oh, electric windows. Ooh, posh boy.
I find Doug DeMuro to be a funny guy. YouTuber, car guy. I'm sure most of you know who he is. He's the quirks and features guy, but he's actually more interested on a personal level of how a car drives and feels. But he became the quirks and features guy. So he doesn't actually get to review a car the way he himself would want to. How fucked up is that? That's the YouTube algorithm. That's what it's done to him, right? As soon as he started doing quirks and features in his title, the YouTube algorithm caught on to him and pushed him, but he would rather do more about the driving of the car. It's funny. But he still got to do cars, so,
we were going through some old paperwork. My dad's old paperwork. Me. I was told you about it before. My dad had one of those Rover S Class. Those beautiful cars back in the day. We found in amongst the paperwork the original brochure of the car that my dad had. A big, full glossy color brochure thing. And he's got his little notes in it when he's trying to decide which one to get. It's so cool to come across. It's such a fucking timeless. Well, it's not timeless. That's a stupid word. It's not timeless because it's the exact opposite to timeless.
Yeah, but
it's from the time. Yeah, it's just amazing to come across it.
That's the kind of thing that would actually have value on like the used market. Funny enough. True.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's people out there that have that car, and they have the car because of family, blah, blah, and this and that and whatnot. And they remember that damn thing too, but they don't have it, and they're willing to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Oh, well, there was a time when years and years ago, my dad showed me like a clipping in a newspaper, and it was from Franklin Mint. You know Franklin Mint?
Yeah. Idiots with the coins. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they had a pewter model of the Starship Enterprise.
I remember this. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I paid it, like the 12 monthly payments to get it, and so I had this, pewter model of the Enterprise, the original series one.
Yeah.
And
my dad's
so what
friend
they
did this too. Yeah.
Yeah, so what they did is like, every time they had something come out Star Trek based, I would get a whole bunch of glossy brochures about it, and I kept them. And I was never gonna buy them, but I kept the brochures. And one day I was doing a massive clear out, and I came across all the brochures, and I threw them in the recycling bin. Yeah, there you go.
You
Off you go.
moron.
Then I thought, no, hang on a minute, I'll pull them out.
Yeah.
And I put them all on eBay, and I sold the lot for £156. and then I took that £156 and bought a Franklin Mint 3D Star Trek chest. Which is now gathering dust in the box somewhere.
What year did you sell them?
Oh, it's been about 6-7 years ago, maybe.
Probably worth £500 now.
Yeah. Just the brochures.
Yeah,
that's all it was.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, if you got the actual thing, you probably missed the chance of having the brochure. So you get the brochure, and then you put it with the thing, and it becomes a much more interesting, thing to have. It's still a piece of shit, but
yeah.
That's the thing about collections, isn't it?
There was a guy about 5 years ago, and he was the guy who was he was part of a crew that was clearing out an old business that had gone bankrupt and whatever, right? And he found, I can't remember what it was, but some retro computers that were super cool in the back room. And instead of throwing them in the dumpster, he took them and put them on the internet for sale. And he put the first one up for sale, and he got, I think it was $2,000. But somebody else had just gotten $500 alone for the damn box for one. So he opened the rest of the ones he had and sold the box and the system separately and got way more money.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think it was the Mindset. It was some rare 80s computer.
I don't know that one.
Right? Oh, the Mindset. Yeah. There's a guy, he doesn't do videos anymore, called the Obsolete Geek. And he was a friend of the 8-bit guy. And the Obsolete Geek found himself a Mindset. A Mindset was like a CGI for graphics and stuff, but in like 83. And it was one of the original, oh my God, look what it can do things. But there was no software support and stuff. And the company just died, Yeah, it was one of those what if scenarios of the computer world. It was a badass system.
As far as collectible stuff is concerned, is you never really know. It depends who you speak to. It's like we've got in the loft like all these airplane spotter magazines, going back to the first one from the Second World War.
Okay.
And the first one opens up, and they're like, they're dissecting a doodle bug, a V1 rocket to try and figure out how it works, and
right.
and of course just shitloads of information of what they might think and stuff like that. It's just pieces of paper. It's just rotting away in my loft. It's completely worthless unless you give it to the right person. And it's finding the right person. It's always it's like I had these. I took a whole load of stuff, my memorabilia, and I really wish I hadn't in the day. I had a whole sort of like 3 packs of the Star Wars bubblegum cards.
Oh,
I had 3. I had 3 complete sets. I had my Marvel comics, the Star Wars Marvel comics, going from the first one, the very very first one, through to about 100, and then I had some Doctor Who Marvel comics because they did those, but I had all my Star Wars figures. The guy bought all my Star Wars figures. He bought the Doctor Who magazines, and but he didn't want me Star Wars stuff, the Star Wars comics. I thought that would be the go-to thing. No, because he's already got like shitloads of them. So they're sitting in the loft somewhere,
right?
Probably eaten by rats and
hopefully not
slugs and whatever. But it's just weird how people different things can be valuable to other people in ways that you just
if anybody's listening to this, if you've got one of those things hiding in your attic and you're like, I know this is worth something to somebody, but I don't know how to find those people, and you're worried, like you don't want to post it on eBay because if the right people don't see it, it's not going to get any money. You find the forums like Reddit and stuff where people talk about this shit, and you post little pictures and go, look what I found, blah blah, and people go, holy fuck, and blah blah, and you're like, yeah, I'm not really interested, I'm gonna list it, can anybody help, what do I say about it? And they'll all geek out and tell their friends, hey, look what I found, and blah blah, and now you got a lot of bidders. There you go. That's how it's done.
Yeah, I got a box load of stamps me dad collected for us. I don't know what to fucking do with them. I'm sure they're worth money.
If you take him to one of those places that says we buy stamps and coins, he'll just go, so how much do you know about these? Not much. Good. I'm going to tell you they're all worthless.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I did it in the past. I did it. We had like a garage sale sort of thing, and I sold a load of stuff off. We didn't actually sell off. We probably gave it away because we just wanted to get rid of it. But a guy came around and said, "Oh, you got any coins?" I said, "Yeah, well, yeah." I dragged out my my boxes of coins that I had that had been collected, on in my behalf and all that kind of stuff for years. And he said, "Well, how much?" I said, "Oh, I don't know. 200." And he couldn't fucking get his wallet out fast enough. And it was like, I was thinking about it afterwards, and I was totally good. There was like Roman coins in there. There was all sorts. There was a silver dollar in there. And actually, when I thought about it, 200 quid was probably like the face value of the fucking coins that in that collection.
He probably would have rather given you head than Jesus.
Yeah, so it's very easy to make that kind of mistake. So I want to get rid of it, but it needs a fair price. And after that, I've got boxes of cars I need to get rid of. I've got the stamps that I need to get rid of. But because I got burned on the coins,
dude, cars. I'll tell you. Make sure you get your value for the cars because, oh Lord, thunder and Jesus. I'm a huge automotive person on YouTube and whatnot, and YouTube gets a little confused. They don't quite understand. Like, I watch auto racing, and through Google, YouTube finds out, and they show me people driving, sim games and stuff. I'm like, not interested, don't care. But YouTube keeps trying to show me people restoring cool old little cars and stuff and whatnot. And wow, there must be a market building for those if the videos are that popular now, right?
Well, my dad kept them all in boxes, so they don't need restoration.
Just like Felix would.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, I'll just pick some out and send it to Felix, but he wouldn't care because it's not that fucking bus.
No, but there's a few he would absolutely. Oh yeah.
But I got about like 5 boxes full of old cars that my dad collected over the years, and I just don't know what to do with them.
Felix is trying to find a Lamborghini Miura toy car, but not like a little crappy, like not a cheap one, like, these plastic junkers you can get, but a good one. And where do you find a car built in the 60s? Like it's not a common car anymore, right?
Well, if I ever get around to going through all the boxes to find out what's in there, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Let me know what your exotic Italian collection looks like, because that's what he's into.
I remember my dad was into the models of yesteryear, the Matchbox models of yesteryear. So he's got shitloads of those. So probably not so much the modern cars, but there's some odd things in amongst it all.
Yeah. Oh, I had a great collection because I remember when I was a kid, I did not like the cars that were not real. So I had all of the LMP type cars and the prototype racers but I only wanted ones that were real. I had an amazing collection. I just gave them to some punk down the road, man. I know. And mine were cared for, no chips or anything. I was a little kind of like my son. I didn't fuck my shit up, right?
My own cars, my own toys. Yeah, they were well played with.
I do remember.
Cool things. I got the Eagle transporters, from Space 1999.
Oh, I had the collection of Space 99 toys. Fuck, I love that show. Oh my god, that's just another thing where I really grew up on a lot of British TV thanks to my dad.
You know what? I should have digged them out when I was working with Brian Johnson, taken to him, get to fucking sign them.
Yeah, man.
Now I think about it.
You're a moron. That's come on, they would be worth big money signed. But those Space 1999 toys, they didn't even sell that well in North America. They weren't a huge hit. They were to me. I was, oh my god, right? But they've got to be worth some money just on their own for still existing,
there's still quite a few of them kicking around in the
like if you can, like if you have the early Battlestar Galactica toys of the Cylon Raider and the Viper that shoot the little bullets, because oh my god, remember the lawsuit with the kid that choked and everything, right? If you've got the early ones, I did when I was young. Because my dad was a buyer for a big company that sold toys and everything and stuff. I always had that shit first as soon as it came out, and I had the ones that shot. And nobody in my family thought, "Oh, that was discontinued. That's going to be worthwhile to keep." Right? It was just a throwaway toy. Too bad.
Sure, nobody thought about it like that back then, though, did they?
No. Just like imagine if anybody thought that way. Do you remember the empty boxes that Kenner sent out because you couldn't have your Star Wars toy in time for Christmas? But you had to turn that empty thing in to get your toy after? Imagine what those empties are worth.
Yeah, if you kept the empty one.
Yeah. Is there even any in existence?
I don't know.
Because there's no way I would have kept it.
Well, it's like we had one of the stories. I don't think we ever actually got around to it, but it was the auction of the Boba Fett toy when it came out. The actual one that just actually sort of hit the market very, very briefly, and then was taken off, and there was the prototype and all the different variations, and oh my god, the money that people are spending on those things. Why?
Yeah.
Numpties.
I know.
Mind you, I suppose it's better than buying NFTs and Bitcoin.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Way better. Yeah, I agree there. Totally. And especially if you're one of those people that's buying it because you want it and you're doing up a little spot where you can just like be a kid again. Awesome. But if you're doing it actually as an investment, it's the same as people that do that with really cool cars. Drive the damn thing. Let the public see it and stuff. Don't be that.
It'd be quite funny if you just like spent $1.5 million on a carded Boba Fett that's like ultra rare, and the first thing you do is tear it up and go, yeah, pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
It does later.
That'd be awesome. You go just like Dark Helmet, right? You start doing the whole little scene, That'd be awesome. I got to check some things here. The Blue Sky thing, it's just, I don't know what's going on right now, but it's working out well. Lots of new followers coming in. So thanks, everybody. It's almost hard to keep up right now. I'm not very good at social media stuff. So if I fuck it up, sorry. We'll have somebody that knows what they're doing running this account soon enough.
Yeah, I've got a few new notifications. I don't know if it's because of the show. People are watching.
Probably somebody telling you to shut up.
Oh, it's the wife.
So it for sure is somebody telling you to shut up.
She just joined Blue Sky to tell me to shut up.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I've been posting a couple of philosophical thoughts that I might convert into like Dawson's deep thoughts, but into a little video and maybe instead. I was trying to think of a
good idea.
Dunks, dunks deep dunks or something. I don't know. I was trying to think of something to call it, but
that's a good idea. Rabbit hole dipping with dunk.
Dunks delusions.
Oh, I like that. Dunks delusions. Sold. All right. Yeah.
All right, there we go.
I like it. All right. There we go. We got another show coming up because Dunk has all the time in the world. There you go.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So you gotta
the time.
You gotta do delusions. I'll do deep thoughts, and both will go up as shorts on the new 42 show channel that's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Ah, yes. Do you want to explain that again for our little fellows in the chat?
Sure.
May have missed it the first time.
Yeah, and maybe this time when I say it, it'll actually make fucking sense. So that could be a good thing too.
You keep working on it. It might start making sense, but yeah, go on.
If y'all heard this before, sorry, but I'll keep it a little bit briefer, but I'll get to the point. YouTube really has a problem with a channel trying to do multiple different topics. So you ever notice on YouTube that people that do cooking only do cooking, so on and so forth, right? Well, we have our 42 News show, which is kind of humorous, look at the world and odd shit that happens. We have our Ukraine support show that we do. And then we have like PubChat and interview shows that we do. And we've come to the conclusion that trying to do 3 different things on one channel is just screwing us up. It's not working out because YouTube can't figure out who to promote us to and who to not to. So somebody that only wants to see Ukraine stuff will have the 42 show or a funny news show stuffed in their face, and they're like, fuck off already, and then they'll just unsub the channel, and YouTube can't figure it out. So this channel that you're on right now will be the Ukraine update channel of the Shills. Very, very soon before, I think we're going to start January 6th because, you know, transitions kind of make sense. There'll be a 42 show for channel for the Shills where that stuff goes. And then there'll be a third channel for the Shills live to do like PubChat and interviews and whatnot. And that's what we're doing coming up. Because
it might not happen January 6th if people storm Dick's White House. To storm Dick's
show
Capitol
up and
building.
show up with weed and beer, I'll open the door. But if it's all pitchforks and torches, I'm not playing. All right, you know.
Yeah, no pointy things.
yeah. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do, right? Because it only makes sense. YouTube can't figure it out. They're very much, super focused in what they, and so we got to play their game. But we're not going to play their game as it pertains to the content we deliver. It's always just going to be what we do. We just got to spread it out on a couple of channels now. That's all.
Yeah. Should be easy to follow. Once it all gets kicked in, and we'll keep you informed on where to go and which channels to subscribe to. It's not like you might be subscribed to like 3 channels, but it doesn't mean you'll get shit loads more stuff in your recommendations. It would just be
same amount,
different channels.
Yeah, nothing changes. Just we'll give you a couple of channels to sub, and away we go. Right,
And the website will always point in the right direction as well.
Yeah, exactly. The shills.org. That'll always keep you, up to date. But yeah, it's an uphill battle, and we're losing it against them because they refuse to let us do what we want to do. So we'll do what we want to do within their framework. Fine. Yeah. So what do we got here?
Yeah. It's either YouTube's fault or the audience fault for not showing us out properly. But,
No, it's not the audience because YouTube still would get it wrong. It's true. That's what it is, right? The lesson comes from YouTube promotions. YouTube's got a thing going on right now where I could go into YouTube Studio and I can literally pay to promote the Shills channel.
Well, you could if you had some money.
Very much true. Very much true. But I know this sounds screwed up, but you can pay to promote yourself, or you can pay to promote other channels. Now, this is what happens. And
yes. That's funny.
Right. Now, the pay to promote other channels, we should be able to say yes or no to, because it can be seriously detrimental. And channels are doing this to each other as well in the background to be assholes.
Well, tell the story about that, because that's important.
Right. So
give them an example.
So this is how it works. If I pay for promotion for the Shills channel right now, and I pay to promote the Ukraine show to people that are interested in Ukraine, it might be beneficial. But if I was to pay to promote PubChat to people that are watching events in Israel and stuff, they will all not want to watch, and it will actually do the channel harm. So what you can actually do if you want to be a complete prick is you start a second channel, and then you use that channel to pay to promote a competing channel to your normal channel, but you promote them in the wrong areas so that it actually goes negative in the algorithm and screws them up.
That's the point I was trying to get to, is the examples when that actually has happened.
Yeah.
When competing channels have fucked with each other.
Yeah. And there's documented stuff about this. A few channels, there's a couple of people that I pay attention to that really analyze the algorithm and whatnot. And this has been proven to be true. And yet YouTube still has promotions in studio. I can go there right now. Can you imagine how stupid that is? Because you take somebody who's a tech YouTuber and promote them to somebody that only watches political news, and everybody's going to see their thumbnail. Nobody's going to click it. Your click-through rate tanks, and YouTube goes, wow, nobody gives a shit about you. And now it's not even just that video that tanks, but YouTube's algorithm sees your channel as less successful. And as such, you suffer in general.
It is bizarre that other channels have gone out of their way to fuck with other channels by doing this. It's bonkers.
I wouldn't be surprised that certain channels that enforce their opinion on others have played this game.
Yeah, do you think they've are you
kidding? Can you see that slimeball little bitch motherfucker going, daddy, I just need another $5,000 so I can make him look like a dog fuck again, please.
Here you go, son.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, son, here, help me hook my bra up and I'll pay you that money. All right. Fucking lunatic fuck. Sometimes you're in a mood. 1 second here.
What do you mean sometimes? You just got to wake up, Dick Dawson, and you're there. I'm in that mood. Oh, who can I fuck with? What's the matter, mate? Is your fridge broke?
I just actually didn't think of it. And, you got to turn that thing on half an hour before it doesn't get cold. And so, yeah. It's one of those things. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we haven't even made fun of Chucker Farrelson yet tonight. That's, Chucker Farrelson, he's become a bit like a boxer where he gets paid to do these interviews as if it's like fight night or something. And then all he does is let these dictator, murderous, nasty people just platform out, and he sits there and goes, how amazing is this? Look at me. Fucking Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you one thing, though.
How many goddamn bullets do you people have in America? Just
Tucker Carlson is when he goes to Russia quite a lot, and it's not going to be long before he's going to be standing a little bit too close to someone's window at some point.
Oh man, are you kidding? He's got to be 6 inches away from being locked in a frozen prison cell, or exactly, being a projectile that didn't go very far.
He's going to be the kind of person that just accidentally pisses someone off in the wrong way.
They probably slice him real thin and use him as toilet paper, They cure him like bacon, and just, use it as ass wipe, right? But these idiots like him that think they're going over there and actually getting respect. There's not one person in Russia in a position of power that has any respect for you, the foreigner.
Yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
They barely respect each other.
I know. It's unbelievable. Yeah. How stupid can you be?
What use you to your worthlessness is run out.
It's like Chucker Farrelson looked at Steven Seagal and went, "Oh, he went to the Russian side, and look, his popularity is still hanging good. Oh, go right,
Yeah,
unbelievable."
But Steve Seagal, my God, he looks good at 400 pounds and thick black dyed hair and eyebrows that look like 2 caterpillars that fall asleep on his face. Yeah, he looks good. He's living the Russian dream.
The only thing real about that guy's appearance at this point is the obvious pain he has in his back from holding up all the silicone and plastic surgery.
Oh, poor old Stevie.
Well, there must be 3 pounds of hair dye on that man. What the hell?
Oh dear. Was it? I remember it's like t-shirts that were coming out during the Iraq War, and you get these T-shirts that are like the American flag, and there's this thing: these colors don't run. I was just thinking, well, Steven Seagal's colors might run if it gets a bit wet.
yeah.
It'll be dripping.
Yeah. Unless he's wearing good mascara.
Yeah. Like Mayor Giuliani when he did his thing, he's got the hair dye running down the side of his face.
That's funny. Why? I don't get it. Why not just age gracefully? What the hell's the problem?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm starting to get some gray in the beard. I'm getting a little in the sideburns, and I'm starting to get a little.
I'm well ahead. I'm well ahead of you, mate.
Yeah, well, you look like your avatar. I'm starting to get like a little bit here and a little bit here. Like, give me another year or so, and I'm gonna have some proper gray going on. And I'm not, what the hell? What's wrong with people?
I've had gray for about 10 years now. It's like
I can understand.
I've had one of those lives.
Yeah. I can understand women fighting that a bit more because we still have this situation in life where women, make up and pretty and stuff, and men get into their 50s and they're exciting if they don't wear deodorant because they smell manly or some shit. Like, there's a weird disconnect there, right? I get it, but I also get that chicks want to be pretty, so I'm not putting anybody down for it and whatnot, right? It's a weird.
I think women with grey hair, they look great. I've got nothing against it.
Well, I do now and then, but I'm not doing that on camera.
But if I said you had a beautiful body,
yeah. But I get it more that way. But with dudes, I just don't understand the thing, right? I don't get it.
Especially when it ends up looking stupid. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I can understand guys wanting, to keep their youthful looks, but when it actually ends up looking stupid.
Yeah, like Ted Danson, and he still has the hairpiece, right? And he's been bald since years,
I know. Well, a hairpiece, okay, because it probably matches in nicely. But when it gets to the point when it actually looks fucking stupid, surely you just look in the mirror and think, no, it actually no, I don't look younger. Yeah. I just look like a fucking Lego man.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why am I doing this?
Yeah. It's a bit much, Guys of the world, women too. I think we'd all be better if we just let that go a bit, and then everything would just settle into a new norm, and it'd be fine, right?
Yeah. Well, at least these days we don't have to dye our pubes because they're all shaved off
now. No, because we've got tonight's sponsor, Manscaped. No, I'm just kidding. Well, that's never going to happen. You owe me $6 just for saying it, pricks. All right.
Yeah. No, we just hire the right ladies to pluck them out with their teeth. Tuescaped.
Yeah.
for the personal touch.
That's why Dunk loves to visit his great grandma and all her friends at the home.
Oh yeah. So they just take their teeth out and use it by hand.
Oh dear Lord. Somebody eating a hot dog right now is really angry at us. What do we got? Okay. $1.45. Not bad. All right. I probably confused a couple people there. Hour and 45 minutes, right? Actually, you're all old enough. You know exactly what I meant. Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah. We should have a fourth channel for the Shills coming up. The Ancients. We could have
How is it different?
We'll just do everything a little bit slower.
Why don't you could just watch the same thing, but watch it at 0.75 speed?
Well, maybe we'll just re-upload things at 0.75.
Oh, have you noticed that YouTube have changed their speed settings in YouTube? Is like they're instead of like you can set your time and like 0.75 or 0.25, 0.15. They got like now a slider.
Oh,
so if you, why did you have to do that? It's like it's just a little bit too fast or a little bit too slow, and just tweak it.
I know.
If you're tweaking it that much, you're not actually listening to the fucking video. Why?
But the worst thing is somebody was paid $250,000 to come up with that change, right? That nobody wanted, just because you
could.
Exactly. I hate those kinds of change.
It's kind of like Jurassic Park. They spent more time thinking about whether they could, whether they should.
And some guy that works logging with like a really calloused finger is now trying to move that slider back and forth and about to throw his phone against the wall. Just give him something to click on, man.
I mean, of all the things they could have changed, why that?
I know.
Why was that so specifically?
Yeah.
Because I was perfectly happy. With the selections that I had.
Yeah. Or why not just have 0.25, 0.5, blah blah, and custom, and let people that really think it's an issue figure it out for themselves, right? There's a guy named Michael Fisher. He calls himself Mr. Mobile on YouTube. He's got a good 1 million subscribers. He's a really good phone reviewer. He did a thing recently on how you can customize a phone to look like something different, like L-Cars from Star Trek The Next Generation, or you could dial up your phone to look like an old Palm Pilot and stuff. And it was really funny because he was, Android's great for this because you can blah, blah, and loaders and launchers or whatever. And then halfway through his video, he goes on about the fact that if you really want to make this the way it's supposed to look, you're going to have to do some work. You got to do icon packs and all this and blah, blah, and whatnot. And I was like, see, this is why I don't bother. I don't have 3 hours to sit on my couch and play with my phone. What the hell? But in his video, there was a cool thing I didn't notice, and I went back and saw screenshots and looked. In the Star Trek Picard show, for their tricorders, they actually just use Samsung Galaxy flip phones and put some extra shit on them to make them look differently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Because Picard had a lot of I noticed that they had a lot of prop should we say shortcuts. They had their replicators, and they had Flash Forge 3D printers, exactly the same as what we got. Flash Forge 3D printers as their replicator, and it was just like the same sort of thing with with all the axes are buzzing away, and the thing appears, and they open the little plastic door at the front. So why the fuck did you go? Because it's like $800 to buy a Flash Forge, or like 20,000 to make someone build a prop. It's like, well,
there we go, right?
Yeah, it's so cheap, but at the same time, it just looks so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's this weird, I don't know if you're noticing it because of your history, both with hands-on practical effects for movies and now digital as well. But there's this thing going on in these days in TV shows specifically where holy fuck do they cheap out before they spend for 3 minutes to wow you, and then everybody's just in the kitchen talking for 20 minutes again. Have you noticed this?
Give us an example.
Stranger Things is one. I would say Picard was one as well. There's been quite a few of these shows where they don't want to do the true budget of like Loki from the Marvel universe was another where they would tease you with little effects here and there, but there wasn't anything really big until now and then. And I do find it though. I don't mind it. I'm not complaining about it because I like the fact that we can get a TV show that has those moments of fucking grandiose, like the Superman and Lois TV show that just wrapped up. I was a big fan of that show. Loved it. They had these awesome cinematic moments and then just a good family TV show with shit going on and stuff. You know,
sitting around the kitchen table.
yeah, but that's exactly it. They're sitting around the damn table, man. You know, yeah. But it works. You know. I like where TV's going. I think. At first, I was not the biggest fan of 10 episodes a season by these bigger shows, you know, but now that there's enough of those bigger shows to fill the gaps, you know, as you're waiting for the next one to come, it is working and I am a fan. I like it. But I'm worried that there's too many of them not making enough money and we'll fall back to the old, you know, growing pains sitcom soon, right? You know, I'm scared of that. I like the bigger effort, you know. I was you know, like modern Star Wars isn't 100% firing on all cylinders for me, but The Mandalorian worked in my world, and it's another one where there's lots of not much, and then holy God, all hell breaks loose, right?
Oh, don't get me started on The Mandalorian.
I know you don't like it, but I do. You know,
it's not that I don't like it. I just don't like what they do with the actual Mandalorians themselves. It's just like they made it look like fucking idiots. But you know,
yeah, a bit.
Have you seen? Yeah, I'm
It's a
assuming
religion
seen,
now, you know, but I like it.
Yeah,
man, you know?
yeah.
It's good.
When Boba Fett turned up, you know, this whole thing where we didn't even know.
Yeah, but they did that.
Didn't even know that was.
They did that for that fucking spin-off, man. You know.
Oh, the holiday special. Oh,
yeah, because they wanted to sell Return of the Jedi, right? Yeah.
No, there was this whole thing about Boba Fett and this Mandalorian uniform, and you kind of like get the feeling that you know he's is this wearing a uniform like stormtroopers? Stormtroopers are wearing uniforms, and so this Mandalorian in Empire Strikes Back when he shows up, it's just. You know, a different kind of uniform for a different kind of person. But then when the Mandalorian comes along, it's like
now it's
they all have their own individual kind of looks, and it's just what they're. I know,
but hold on. But you have brought Star Wars baggage to the show and are looking at it from dull tinted glasses from day one. I didn't do that. I just watched the show and I was like, yeah, I like this, man. You know.
No, I watched. No, I didn't carry my rose tinted glasses.
They were poop tinted by the sounds of it.
But there was loads of stuff about the Mandalorian I fucking hated. But onto another issue. Rogue One was on the telly tonight. Yeah, I like it too. And you got what's his name, Commander Krennic, or what was his title? Administrator Krennic.
No idea.
And he's you know the guy in the white cape and everything, the white Imperial guy, because the Imperials are like the Nazis. They have individualism in their uniforms and shit like that. Like they had in the it's like in the Luftwaffe. Oh, I'm going to have a German uniform, but it's slightly different to you. Okay, but anyway. I noticed there was a thing that went on with Star Wars after watching Rogue One, and Krennic has got his like dark troopers. These like really fucking badass dark troopers, and
they show up.
And that happens a lot in Star Wars subsequently, where there's like different kind of stormtroopers, robot stormtroopers, zombie stormtroopers, really, really fucking badass red stormtroopers, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
and then they just go
meanwhile, back in the day with Darth Vader, he just had stormtroopers. Why didn't he have all the badass stormtroopers that everybody else seems to have? He just has the regular stormtroopers.
Yeah.
He should have been surrounded by the baddest of stormtroopers. He just got the regular white guys who just got shot.
But that's that thing that happens when you start to fill out a universe. You're always going to have that moments of, but why wasn't that prick there or something, right? Or whatever, right? I get that. But it is the sad reality of if What's His Nuts had sat down and figured all of this shit out before even giving us the first Star Wars movie, we wouldn't have it yet. Right? He'd still be
Georgie Porgy.
Yeah, Georgie Lucas there. If he had to sit down and figure out all this stuff to make sure it was perfect in its chronology in the beginning, we wouldn't have the first movie yet. He'd still be writing this shit, right?
To be working it out,
I don't hold that against stuff and you've always got new writers that come in and they've got to put their stamp on things. You got new people like the model makers and all the special effects guys who have to do that's just how it is, When it's too stupid, I get annoyed, but I do have a tolerance because you got to, right? Otherwise, all you're going to do is bitch,
Yeah. I mean, one of the other things I bitch about is like the creativity of stuff. When you saw obviously you had Star Wars, and then you had Empire Strikes Back, and then you have all these like new vehicles you've never seen before, and new troopers.
Return of the Ewoks,
Return of the Jedi comes out, and they got they're bringing the ATSTs and the speeder bikes, and the Imperial show. There's like more creativity going on there, and then everybody since then has just basically fed off that same creativity. They haven't actually come up with anything else.
Actually, some of it a lot worse.
Unless they actually go back to like original designs. This was original design of the Millennium Falcon. Let's just use that. No, it was shit. That's why they didn't use it. So
I'll say this: Star Wars did one thing that was, I think, correct versus Star Trek. Star Trek got a little too into the techno babble of trying to play to the geeks and nerds to give a slight explanation of the technology behind it. Whereas,
we're going to reroute the navigation,
all that crap,
to the warp engine,
right?
To the plasma coils, and then
right, and none of that really. Right. None of that really gives to the story where it could just be engineering. Can you fix this? Yes, Captain. Just give me a second. And that's what Star Wars would do. They just gloss over it. Like in Star Wars, what powers the droids? Well, it's something called a power cell. What powers the ships? Nobody knows. And, who cares,
Well, that's how it used to be. But in subsequent years, a lot of people have tried to put kind of like a scientific logistic
to
stuff that happens, and it's like, this ship can do this because it's got such and such and such, and it's got warp technology into it, and it can do light speed and all this. No, but you're just making up. It's like it didn't need it. The original Star Wars was a fantasy. It didn't need all this kind of like technological kind of like shit to it. But the kind of people that were into Star Trek kind of tried to apply it to Star Wars too, and it actually starts to wean itself into the shows as well. In as much as like that, which was the second of the trilogy part, the one where they're all escaping very, very slowly away from the enemy, and it's all about fuel, and we haven't got enough fuel.
Yeah.
You never fucking need to talk about fuel. You never saw Han Solo just about to jump out of Mos Eisley going, let me just fill up the tanks first. We got to fill up the fuel.
It's forced drama. It's forced drama, right? Like they did that on Stranger Things. Season 2 or 3 kicks in, and teenage love has broke up, blah blah. Why? Well, it doesn't really matter. It just has. Never mind. We have teenage angst, and I hate when shows do that. I'm now mad at you because this affected my life drastically, and you're like, what? You would have woke up hungover and not even cared.
I'm going to ignore what you just said. I'm going to step backwards because we can come back to what you're just talking about in another way. But in Empire Strikes Back, when the Imperial Walkers attack the base, well, why were they? Why did they have to be walkers? What happened to things that float? And they say, and people have since then have said,
so stupid. I know.
Yeah. The rebels put out, the anti-flotation things.
Yeah. You know why they had to be walkers? Because it looked cool.
It looked cool. It was fantastic. That was exactly the point. It was just like a brilliant.
Otherwise, why would you put all the weight of all these troop transport and stuff at the top of these wobbly, stupid legs?
Yeah,
makes no sense.
The original design, that they used it in Rogue One, which is like it was a big thing on wheels. That was the original design.
I've seen it.
Yeah. So it was just going to be a big thing on wheels that rolls in, and but it is again. It did. But why? Why not? And that's the point. That's the point with Star Wars and all these sort of things.
But it's deeper. It's deeper. Hold on.
Let me finish my sentence first. The problem is a lot of these people, they all look at the why as opposed to looking at the why not.
No, because you're wrong. Story. You're wrong. George Lucas looked at the why. Why? Because that's a killer toy.
It's a killer toy. Yeah,
that's why.
It's a great design, and I think that's one of the things that's scuppered Star Wars.
Yeah.
That they've got themselves locked into a thing.
They're trying to make it make sense now. Stop doing that. Just enjoy it. In
the new show Skeleton Crew, the kids,
I haven't seen it yet. No.
I'm not going to spoil it. But the kids in that that world, they've got speeder bikes, but they're like kids. BMX, they're speeder bikes, but they're they're toned down for kids. But
so it's Stranger Things. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. But they're driving around like fucking madmen. No way would a parent buy a kid a bike they could fucking kill themselves with.
I'm sorry. No, I totally disagree, because back in the day, if my parents had seen what I was doing on my Mongoose BMX and blah, blah, and whatnot, they would have taken that bike from me as fast as possible. My two front teeth are all capped and fake because of that damn bike, man.
No. Yeah, well, the same with me and having a skateboard and stuff like that. No, I understand what you're saying, but the thing is, they got the speeder bike in there again, and it's like, well, why isn't it not something else? Why does it have to be, an evolution of something else we've seen in Star Wars?
Okay, yeah,
and just not just like a new thing, a new kid vehicle. Why not? It could have been like a big wheel.
Yeah, well, shouldn't it have been like a Barbie sand speeder, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Anything, but just not like, oh, we'll take that bit from Star Wars and we'll repurpose it again.
Right, but I will say this in the defense. I always saw the speeder bikes as looking like old junkers that have been kept going. So, depending on where this fits in the timeline,
No, well, the speeder bikes in Jedi, they were brand spanky new.
Really? I always thought I thought they looked like, the kind of thing that the Rebel Alliance would have cobbled together from scrap,
No, the Rebels didn't have them, it was the Imperials.
Yeah, well, see, Jedi, you haven't caught on to this yet. I'm not a huge fan of that movie.
You don't watch movies.
No, but I'm a big Star Wars fan, but Jedi is just one step too cutesy and toy related. And fuck, I knew it. I was old enough, and I was a little pissed off with that.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people say that, but I still like Jedi for its own reasons.
The big lasers are shooting the AT-ATs. Hey, the armor's too big. Oh, but a log on a piece of string. I had a hard time with that one. For me, people say the prequels, like, what's his name? Hayden Christensen's Star Wars is when it starts to fall apart. For me, it was Jedi. For me, it was. The Empire Strikes Back is literally the greatest sci-fi film of all time, and then you get cuddly teddy bears.
It was a hard thing to follow. Yeah. Empire is undoubtedly the best, and you can fight me on
it's
that.
It's one of the top 5 movies ever made in my world, and that's it.
But interestingly, when he got to the prequels, George got back to being creative about stuff, and we saw like like I was saying earlier, that the modern Star Wars just sticks with the same technology, the same ships, but Lucas went back and kind of like he started.
He broke his own rule.
New designs, new ideas, new cool ideas. There was some cool stuff in there.
He did slightly break his rule with the ships being too shiny and not used, but
yes.
Right, but the ships from the Green World, whatever it was called, Amidala's world, whatever, they weren't invaded before that, and it's a pristine environment. They should be polished. That to me actually made sense.
Yeah, but, I did like the ships.
Yeah, but to me, the whole pod race thing was, so now we're selling video games as well as toys, George. I was like, come on. And sure as shit, pod race was a massive video game right after. That whole scene was just too big. It was too much. And you've got the whole fate of everything. And you're just like, oh, sure, I guess we'll just put it on a race. That makes sense,
The pod race scene was something that George wanted in the original Star Wars, and it actually ends up in the radio series because you have Luke racing in his T-16, Skyhopper, amongst his friends, and it's in the radio series. Where they dramatize that, and so George always wanted to include that because that was back to his days when he used to like drag race. As a kid, and
American in fact, Graffiti is his story, right?
Well, yeah, exactly, and him drag racing, he almost got himself killed.
Yeah,
and it was in hospital when he was recovering from that. He came up with the concept of Star Wars.
Well, I can hear you. One second.
Yeah, so that whole pod race thing, I think, is like an extension of what he wanted to do in the original Star Wars, and he saved it till later, brought it back into the Phantom Menace, and Yeah. So some of the some of the logic behind the betting and all that kind of shit is a bit.
Oh, there's more than that.
Weird.
There's more than that. You know, we're gonna need a guide. We better save this Gungan. And then, like 2 minutes later in the movie, they're flying around in that little underwater thing, and the Gungan says, "How do you know where we're going? Don't worry, the Force will guide us." What?
Yeah. There's a serious breakdown in logic.
But you can also see that as Qui-Gon Jinn saying, we didn't need to save him. It just didn't want to see him get hurt. Right. So there is a way around that. It's just bullshit. You know?
But there's a lot of that. That's, you know, like the whole midi-chlorian thing. So, how do we know he's
That's where I was going, the midi-chlorians.
Because we measured his alcohol content.
Yeah, he's a drunk, but fuck, can he fight? You know.
That's where it all starts to break down. Unfortunately,
because Qui-Gon, I was wondering, what is a metachlorian? It's just, God damn it! That's where you get up, not to get popcorn, but to leave. You know?
Are you an angel?
Yeah. No, I'm your future lover. Isn't that creepy? You know?
Yeah. Just call me grandma.
Exactly.
I'm a MILF. You wait till you see me in the leather outfit.
Darth Vader was conceived on the casting couch. Oh God. Hobbs Grove in the chat says, what about the Orville? I'm a massive fan. I've rewatched that show 3 times already. Love it.
Yeah, well, it's not in the Star Wars universe, so we don't know about that.
But it should be. To be honest, it should be. It should be literally just inducted as canon at this point.
Do you not think it should be like a Orville Star Trek crossover with maybe Galaxy Quest thrown in as well at the same time?
Yeah,
the three ships meet.
Yeah, but you'd have to get William Shatner to play the captain of Galaxy Quest just to.
No, it's got to be Tim Allen.
No. You'll do a Star Trek Generations where William Shatner shows up to talk to Tim Allen in the middle of the movie.
Then dies.
Yeah, don't worry, you're not the first person to be made fun of in the bathroom. It happened to me.
Oh, so great. Galaxy Quest is so awesome.
Sorry, Bill. I love Galaxy Quest. It's one of the best sci-fi movies ever. Yeah. But
so underrated.
But I really wish that somebody could find some of the lost footage and put it back in of the dude who's stoned all the time actually getting stoned so we could understand that he's stoned. Because the first time I watched that movie, I'm like, that guy's high as a kite, right? But they never say it. Right, but that was the thing, you know.
Yeah, I was watching the thing about Galaxy Quest last night. Actually, funny enough, they're always like mentioning the fact that he was walking around the ship with a little paper baggie.
Yeah,
and no one knew what was inside the paper baggie. He just like carried it everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been really funny to have at least got a little hint of that, you know. Yeah. Absolutely. I love that stuff. I'm just
it keeps coming up every now and then, you know. They keep talking about, you know, the possibility of a Galaxy Quest TV show.
Yeah.
But obviously without what's his name who died?
The great man himself. What's his name there? Hans Gruber, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but come on, it's Christmas. It's Hans Gruber, you know.
It'll always be remembered as Hans Gruber, but
the bad guy from Robin Hood with Kevin Costner. You know?
He was.
Rickman,
I mean, him playing. Yeah, Alan Rickman. Yeah, him playing that part in Galaxy Quest was just
so amazing.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, giving it the full Jean-Luc Picard as a thespian actor, hating it and everything, and
Well, it was obviously a play on Spock.
Oh, it was, yeah. But
Leonard Nimoy hated the fact that he was always associated with Spock, and I'm more of an actor than that. But also,
even though he was willing to go back and make the money off it every time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me direct the film. Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
Well, no, but Leonard Nimoy wasn't. You're going to let me direct the film. It's only if you let me direct the film.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
He couldn't stand that William Shatner was the bigger star. But to be honest, Leonard Nimoy was probably the better actor.
Oh yeah, but. That's a hard one.
It is a hard one because they both kind of suck balls.
I do like William Shatner in that role. I mean, I wouldn't want to see him in.
No, I like the Doctor Bones. I like Bones, man.
Oh yeah. Fucking his name is
sorry, dude. DeForest Kelly. Yeah.
But have you ever seen that? You ever seen that clip of William Shatner when they're doing like a TV promo sort of thing for Star Trek 5, I think it was, and
is that the whale one?
Yeah. No, that's the one where they meet God.
Oh God, yeah.
But he goes around introducing everybody, and he goes, "Oh, this is Nichelle Nichols, this is James Doohan, and this is the guy that plays Chekhov." Because he couldn't remember Walter Koenig's name.
Oh my God!
And Walter Koenig says, "Yeah, we've been working for 25 fucking years."
Yeah. Oh my God! I would have,
but I understand that. I'm like that too. We like tonight when we're talking about like names and things like that. Just slips. But no, you've been working with them for 25 fucking years.
To be honest, that's exactly what I would have done. Knowing the person really well and screwing it up that bad, that's exactly what I would have done.
It would be like us saying, introducing everybody. Tonight on the Ukraine show, we got Starsky, we got Greg, and what's his name? Who's been running the shows for 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh, Dick. Yeah.
Happens all the time. No, it's true. Somebody, undercover pirate in the chat says, "Who knew Sulu was gay?"
Everybody did.
Yeah, but hold on. When watching reruns of Star Trek, the original series as a kid, I wouldn't have caught on. But knowing now what I know, and watching it when he does some of those sword fight scenes and stuff, it's right on display, man. It's right there.
He's not.
It is. He's just a little bit too dancey and stuff about it. And you can see, that he has no problem showing that side of the personality where like Shatner would have just been, "I'm not doing that."
I don't. Shatner was always taking his fucking shirt off.
But he did it in masculine ways, not dancey sort of fluent ways, right? No, Shatner would have never done that, man. He'd have been, "Nope, there's not enough cock in that for me."
I disagree with you totally. I don't think he ever gave a clue in any of the shows that he was gay. He just was, That's the brilliant thing about it, because he's an actor,
He's also one of the coolest dudes ever because he doesn't let anything like that. Like, he's so prolific on social media, such a great poster and stuff. And it never has anything to do with his own personal politics. He just rips on other people for being idiots. He is fucking amazing. He should, I don't know if you guys agree, but shout it out in the live chat there. I think George Takei there would be one of the best late night talk show hosts. Absolutely. Can you imagine him having one of those platforms? Well, he'd actually probably be good at that too, you know.
You could be the great first lady.
Yeah. Shelly Winters in the chat. Yeah, I'm following him on Blue Sky. Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
Mark, well, the thing is, Mark Hamill is as well. You're saying Mark Hamill's gay?
No. I mean, he could be if he wants. It's none of my business, you know.
I don't think his wife would say that, but
yeah. Well, you never know. Maybe she has some strange toys they like to play with, right? You know.
Yeah, he's got some very cute little puppies. So
yeah, but their sexuality has nothing to do with my life and our interactions and blah. I don't give a shit. And that's the thing. One of the things I've always loved about George Takei. He doesn't give a fuck about that, you know. He just entertains the masses, man. Yeah.
He doesn't ram it down his throat.
No, because I mean, I don't sit around and go, so yeah, you know, yesterday I was fucking my neighbor because she's a hot bitch, right? You know, I mean, nobody wants to hear that shit, you know. I mean,
no, before you all start in the chat, Mark Hamill was not gay. That's not what I'm saying.
yeah.
I was just making the comparison to someone else who's also prolific on social media.
You know, but yeah, nobody cares about that stuff. We only care about the people, right? You know, that's why George Takei is a hero to many. He's awesome.
Mm.
I love his posts. I always look forward to a new one from him. Fuck, he makes me laugh. I have to make an honest effort not to use his posts as jokes when I'm talking because, well, that would be sad, right? But he, you know, he's one of those people where you're like, okay, don't steal his stuff, you know.
Maybe I'll do another one of those posts of the alternative universe pub chats with George Takei on the show, and you can send it to him.
That would be hilarious. Who thinks we should get on George Takei to join us for a pub chat and just hang out and have some fun? Wouldn't that be one of the best things you ever seen in your life? Oh God, I want that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, and the two of us will be on top. He'll be on the bottom.
You had to, right? Papa, son of a beachy here.
He'd laugh. He'd get it.
He would. You know? He'd probably would have said something like, I could reach you both, you pricks. You know?
he'd definitely come back with something.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't let us get away with it.
No. He's too funny, man. It's awesome.
It's like a friend of mine, Joe Pablo. He was he watched one of our shows once. He was in the chat. I said hello to him. He was on a flight once, and he was sitting there. He turns around and says, "Aren't you George Takei?" Yes, I am. So he spent the flight, you know, with George Takei next to him. Yeah,
cool. That's awesome. Oh my God, that's too cool.
He still got married.
Yeah. Hey, we're at 294 followers on Blue Sky. We only need 6.
Yeah, we're not going to close the show out until we got 6 more.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to stay here.
Yeah. If you're not on Blue Sky, get on Blue Sky right now.
Yeah.
And find the Shills.
And it's not just you we're going to annoy until it happens. We're going to take control of your Bluetooth speakers and annoy the rest of your family. Right? Imagine us.
That baby monitor you got. We're gonna be blasting it to your baby. Get on Blue Sky. Get on Blue Sky.
PJ, you listening? And get that hacked up. All right. No.
Yeah. We can do that.
So what do we got here? We're at 2.5 hours. Wow.
Wow, that went quick.
What the fuck? I didn't think we'd even hit 2 hours yet.
Yeah, we got too busy arguing about Star Wars and Star Trek. That's always the one that's going to get us into an argument.
My son's about to get really pissed off because it's 6 p.m. and he wants supper, and I haven't even done a thing. I have to order now. Fuck. Donations are welcome. I have to order supper. I'm actually kind of not kidding.
He's not kidding.
It's a really bad month as we come to Christmas. Oh God. Yeah, some of you might know, some of you might know, but every so often I have to pay a double shot for my son's autism services and whatnot because somebody else in the family doesn't keep up. And I got a hit this month. Oh, fuck. But my son's not somebody who has to wake up on Christmas Day. It could be a couple days later. He might be with family and stuff and whatnot. So I'm sure I'll get it all figured out. But wow, great timing. Thank you.
I'm sure he does wake up on Christmas Day.
Oh man, he wakes up just by 7 a.m. every morning. I don't know what sleeping in is. It doesn't exist. But that's fine. I mean, I'm in my 50s now. It's not like I have to be up till 3 a.m. anyway. Nothing happens at night. You got to be up in the morning early to catch the news. I'm that person now. I'm that guy that I used to make fun of for waking up in the morning because he had no reason to be awake. Now I'm that person. Yeah.
To watch the sunrise. Just go out and sit on your porch and watch all the animals flock around you, all the deer, all the little robins come and perch on your shoulder and chirp at you. It's like a fucking Disney movie.
I was just gonna say, I feel like somebody's painting the birds as they land on my shoulders in cells right now, Oh, fuck. So, we should probably get the hell out of here because I have to order my son some supper. But when I do that, being Sunday night, he's going to tell me to bugger off and fuck off because, well, if you were a teenager, wouldn't you? I'm expecting it. Yeah, it's fine.
Well, I would.
Yeah, well, you do. I mean, it's, sometimes I call you Felix because of the attitude I get. But, maybe it'll be an evening for a couple of drinks in the Shills Discord, hanging out in the live chat, in the VC. I don't know. I'll see if I can make it over because maybe I can, but maybe I can't. Who knows, right? And for Dunk, it's already getting late. So you probably won't see him, but you might see some of the mod team and stuff. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, hey, we got Canty Luden in the chat there. And Canty's going to be a guest on the Shills Ukraine Update show coming up. We almost had it booked, but then I had that dental work thing going on and stuff, and all hell broke loose. And we'll get it booked coming up real quick. Also, we have a fundraiser with Car for Ukraine coming up. There's going to be some simulcasts on some different channels. There's going to be Rick the Ukrainian, Mercado Media, Operator Starsky, Johnny Pierce, ATB Geopolitics, and a few others all getting together for a cool fundraiser. So watch this space. Lots of shit coming up.
Yeah, George Takai coming to PubChat soon.
Yes, exactly. Wouldn't that be awesome? So everybody get on Blue Sky and tag George Takai and tell him he's got to come hang out with these two morons because that will be,
Yeah, we can talk about his favorite episodes of Star Wars.
Tell him if you've ever met somebody that's not like William Shatner, it's us two, right? Because he'll probably show up then.
I don't know. I've got a bit of a belly. Does that count?
Yeah, but you always put on a shirt when the camera comes out, so I don't think so.
I know. I have hung out with a TJ hooker, not the right kind.
Yeah. And you only spent one night in lockup for that, so.
But I don't wear a wig, so there you go.
Exactly. He doesn't fight the inevitable. So, good consumer advice. That's kind of thing we like to leave y'all with when we're getting out of here. Remember that if you have a freezer, don't let somebody sell you a block of ice. And as such, keep your stick on the ice. We've got
and keep your dick in a vice.
We've got to give a huge shout out to the team today. We got Shayna running the Shills account. We've got Annette back in the chat. That was awesome. She was hanging out with Greg Terry and his wife today. I would show you a picture, but it would probably get rated R then. So I'll let you see it after in the Discord. I'm just kidding. We've also got PJ CNET and Super Chat Matt. So huge shout out to the team. And tell them what they should do with buttons and stuff, you know?
Oh, yeah, go and hit the button that says the like thingy. Do the like thingy. I'm going to do it right now, so you can just bloody well do the same. See, that's the instructions. Don't forget to share us out. Share us out on social media. Share us out. We're on Blue Sky. No, just Blue Sky. Share us out on Blue Sky, the one and only. And share us out. Well, you can put a big nice sign at the side of your road saying Shills. Yeah. And you go to our merch store. Dick's, our merch store is getting kind of groovy now, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got some amazing stuff in the merch store right now, which is embroidered. Now, that's the only stuff we've got on. It's just the Shills logo, but we're starting to build it right now with a new store, and you can get some really high quality shit out of there. Check it out. It's really cool.
You'll have to go to the website to find that one. It's not on the...
theshills.org. Be there. Or B Square. That's the only one I got for that. That sucked. Fuck.
Hey, you can be both.
Suck around peg for me, will you?
Yeah. Be a nice isosceles triangle. Be a parallelogram. We don't care what shape or size you are. Just get on it and be with us. And because we like to hang around.
And remember, just because they tickle your balloon nut doesn't mean farting is going to keep them away. Good night, everybody.
That costs extra.